This video is going to be me talking about my goals for the upcoming year. I'm going to break my goals down this year into two different sections, the first half of the year and the second half of the year. I'm going to do it that way just so that I can really try and make as much progress as I can and feel like I actually accomplished something, but also get stuff done. So right now I'm only going to focus on the first half, and then I'm kind of going to make those decisions on what I want to do for the second half as I get closer and see what I've done or what I haven't done. Right now, my number one goal is to get up to 190 pounds. I'm currently at 170, which is actually a big improvement for me. I've actually been able to gain some weight lately. I feel like this will help me with my overarching goal that I've talked before about trying to get a girlfriend, getting better at dating, being more marketable in the dating market. And one of the things that I feel like has harmed me the most in dating is probably that I'm really thin. It doesn't really show this much with these pants and stuff, but like my leg here, you can just tell that I'm pretty thin. I think it comes across as unattractive, so I'm trying to get to a better weight, and hopefully I'll feel better at the same time. I want to get up to 190, 170 right now, and that means I got to gain 20 pounds. Lately I've been eating about 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day, and I've mainly been eating that through cleaner foods and having a big breakfast. Like a lot of mornings I'll have a 3-egg omelet with some fried mashed potatoes on the side. I'll go to my local diner and have that, and I'm able to get 1,000 calories in. That's another thing I've been doing too, is just keeping track of those calories mentally, just adding them up throughout the day and just estimating them. It doesn't have to be super exact. I usually try and round down just to make sure that I am getting them. And yeah, that's been a helpful way for me to get that stuff, especially like I say, having that big breakfast. And I'm also trying to reinforce this further by setting the goal of learning to cook 10 different dishes in the next 6 months. I stipulated 10 different dishes so that I didn't cook the same thing 10 different times and only learn how to cook one thing in the process. The idea behind doing that is that I'll learn to cook better, and if I learn to cook better, I'll learn to eat better, and if I eat better, I'll be able to gain the weight in a healthier way. And outside of that, I want to make sure that I continue to exercise. It's something I've kind of fallen on and off, but I have been doing a lot of physical labor lately with my work, so that's kind of helped me out a little bit. But yeah, I want to make sure that when I gain that weight, it's in the right places and I keep a good form. Outside of that, my goals are going to be a lot of faith-related stuff. I've been continuing to try and work on that. I enjoy studying theology, world theology in general. I mean, I've studied Christianity pretty extensively. I've studied Buddhism pretty extensively. I've studied the Quran briefly. I really enjoy doing that, and it's something that I'm continuing to work more on. I am a Catholic, and I try and engage a lot with that. I try and go to Mass, make sure I go to Mass every Sunday, every holy obligation, go to confession, all that stuff. And I'm just trying to explore what's out there and really kind of find the truth within that and make sure that I leave no stone unturned. One of my goals is that I want to read 10 different books. I've already read one recently. I'm close to finishing a second one already. The current book that I'm reading is The Pocket Guide to the Sacrament of Reconciliation. If you don't know, that's kind of you confessing your sins to God type thing. And regardless of whether you believe in the religious aspect of it or not, I think it's really good to just analyze kind of your habitual faults and how you can do better in a organized way. I think it's been helpful to me because I don't want to go in there and tell that priest certain sins. It's like, oh, I just told you this last week. I don't want to go in there again. And sometimes that's a deterrent for me to do the sin, if you believe in that, to say that to him again. So just saying that. But outside of that, I'm continuing to try and volunteer more. I try and hold myself to a standard of volunteering every week anymore if I can. It's been a little bit harder lately with work because I have been working a lot more, trying to get stuff done. It's the winter time, so there's not much else to do. And then my goals beyond that are going to be that I want to focus on just trying to travel more again, just become more of an interesting person with dating and stuff like that. Like I've said before, making myself a more marketable person. I want to go to 3 different places, at least 100 miles away. I stipulate 100 miles away so that I'm not going the next city over or something that's kind of in my comfort zone. That's the idea, getting out of my comfort zone. And I also want to try 2 new activities. I've already accomplished one part of this goal. I recently went ice skating, never done that before, and just trying to be open-minded to this stuff, whether I personally agree with it or it's something I want to do in the future or not. And I also want to learn to play the electric guitar. Or not the electric, but the acoustic guitar. I never learned to play any instruments, but I thought I'd try and learn how to play. I'm not even close to learning how to play yet, but I have the guitar. And yeah, that's going to be my goals for the upcoming year, and I appreciate you guys, and I thank you for the continued support.